Hi friends, very good afternoon all of you. So, in this lecture we are going to discuss about retrenchment strategy. Do you remember we have been discussing this corporate strategies which has four alternatives. First one is stability strategy, second one is expansion strategy, third one is retrenchment or retreat strategy, and fourth one is combination strategy. So what is stability strategy? You do not want to increase the scope of business, you neither want to decrease the scope of business, you want to continue as it is. So if you want to continue the present scope of business, it is called stability. Expansion means there is a huge shift in the business and you want to increase the present scope of the business. So when you want to increase the present scope of business, it is called expansion. And the third one is retrenchment, when you want to downsize your business. What is that? You want to downsize your business, you want to shrink, you want to reduce the present scope of activity. That means you have 10 businesses, you want to do 8 business only, 2 businesses you want to quit from. You are this size business, from tomorrow you want to do this size business. Previously you had 400 branches in India, now you want to operate with 300 branches in India. Previously you had 80 products, now you are dealing with only 35 products. So you are reducing your present activity. When you reduce your present activity, it is known as retrenchment strategy. So what is stability strategy? Continue what you are doing. What is expansion strategy? Increase the level of activity. What is retrenchment strategy? Decrease the level of activity. So first try to understand this. Retrenchment means a decrease in the scope of business. A decrease in the scope of business. So at present this is your business, you want to cut this, you don't want to deal with this, and you want to continue only with this part. So what is that? You have multiple businesses, you want to quit from some businesses, or your size of the corporation you want to reduce, the number of branches you want to reduce. Now the question is, why do I want to reduce my level of activity? What is the reason? Retrenchment, remember, when you are following retrenchment, there is a problem. When you are thinking of retrenchment, there is a problem. Now, because we are accounting students, I'll tell you the easiest way to understand retrenchment. A healthy company, if this is P&L, a healthy company wants to increase profits, to net profit you want to increase. Here by revenue will be there, here to cost will be there. Healthy company always wants to increase the revenue. Healthy company always wants to increase the revenue so that your net profit will increase. But the problem is you cannot do that. Now what is the situation? You cannot do that. So what will you do? You want to reduce the cost so that at least you will survive. So what is step 1? A healthy company wants to increase its scope of business to increase profits. So when you are not a healthy firm, financially you are not well off. So obviously, what do you think for? You will think of survival. So in retrenchment, the problem is survival. I am in financial difficulty. How to survive? That is my point now. So when retrenchment strategy will be, implemented, what are the reasons? First come to this page number 62, and look at the reasons. Management no longer wishes to remain in some business either partly or wholly due to continuous losses or unviability. Some of your businesses are continuously giving losses to you, so you do not want to be in this business. Even when you are a very big corporation also, I'll tell you recently, 2 years back, what happened. L&T, Larsen & Toubro, one of the finest companies in India, very strong company. But do you know they had a business vertical with this insurance, general insurance business. Do you know L&T has, they have quit from this insurance business. They sold it to HDFC. HDFC also has insurance business. They sold, their insurance business to HDFC. Why? Don't you think LIC, who can do 10 businesses properly, can do 11th business also? But my dear friends, when there is a mismatch, your ability is into engineering, your focus is into engineering, and insurance is disturbing you, that is not a major vertical from you. You do not want to focus on this petty thing which might defect your main business. Then what happens, that small business what you do not want, either you demerge it into another company or you sell it to another company. This is called retrenchment. So when usually we follow this retrenchment strategy, we follow retrenchment strategy when there are in losses. 1, the company is in huge losses. 2, uncompetitive products. So my products are unable to compete with the other products in the market. Okay, negative cash flows. Huge decrease in market share. Government regulation. Sometimes government will ask you to downsize your business. It could be government regulation. Lack of working capital. Dependency on short-term funds. So you cannot depend on short-term funds in the long run. So you have to have long-term funding also. Then other going concern problems. Or there could be court cases. Okay, or lack of core competencies. In a particular business, or one branch or one product or one business is disturbing the whole company. Whole company is affected by this. So in these situations, better you exit from the business. Happily, you do remaining 8 businesses which are giving you profits. Why are you struggling with these 2 businesses which are giving you losses and where you do not have the ability to run that business? See, you run a software company properly doesn't mean you can run infra company also properly, because the kind of skills and abilities required to run software company, that are required to run information technology company and infrastructure company, they could be different. So if you are successful in one business, no guarantee that you will be successful in every business. There are exceptions. So many groups are there, like ITC or Tata's. Forget about Tata's, Ambani's, whatever business they do, they'll be successful. But there are so many problems also. So what are the reasons? Management no longer wishes to remain in the business, either partly or wholly, due to continuous losses and unviability. The external environment faced is threatening. Stability can be ensured by reallocation of resources from unprofitable businesses to profitable businesses. So I want to sell unprofitable business, I want to get money, and I want to invest that in more profitable business, which makes sense. These are the reasons. So now this retrenchment strategy is of 2 types. One is internal retrenchment, second one is external retrenchment. So what is this? It is something like this. I have financial difficulties, you have financial difficulties. So what do? Do we go and make it public first? No, we try to do something internally. First we try to solve it internally. So how to solve? First try to solve it internally. How it can be solved? 1, reduce costs. First one is reduce costs. 2, reduce size of factories, showrooms. branches, geographies, cost centers. Okay, then usually companies, when they are facing financial difficulties, they reduce, number of employees. Retrenchment, pink slip. So do first these kind of things. Sir, I have done these kind of things. What is this called? This is called turnaround strategy. What is the meaning of turnaround? Turnaround means your financial position is falling. Your financial position is falling. You want this to turn around into profits again. What is the meaning of turnaround? Your financial situation, your financial position, performance, they are falling. So you want them to take a U-turn and get up again. Turn around. So you want to reverse the trend. This is called turnaround. Sir, I applied turnaround, it worked and I am happy again. Superb, then no problem. Sometimes what happens? Turnaround fails. So what is the situation here? You applied turnaround failed. Then you have to go for external solution. So if there is a problem, will you sell your company? No. First you try to sell one part of the company. So externally, while you are solving this, there are two options. Disinvestment strategy means sale of a division, sale of a business, demerger, and your 100% stake will become maybe 60% stake. 40% of company you are selling. You have 10 businesses, 2 businesses you are selling. So you are disinvesting from your business. Disinvestment means withdrawal of capital. What is the meaning of disinvestment? Withdrawal of capital. I invested in a division. I am withdrawing my capital by sale. I invested money in this business. I am withdrawing by way of sale. I invested in 100% of the company. I am withdrawing 40%. 40% I am selling to outside. Now the problem solved. Happy. Pavan sir, disinvestment also failed. Pavan sir, what to do? Then there is only one option. Liquidation. Liquidation is corporate death. Like a suicide. So you are killing your company. Liquidation is least sought out strategy. Why Because of social stigma. It is negative thing. No, if you are liquidating your company, it is a negative thing. Employees will lose their job. Creditors will lose their money. Financial institutions will lose their money. Shareholders will lose their money. So to the extent possible, companies should not go into liquidation. Even when, because of this crisis in telecommunication, when Vodafone said that they want to liquidate, when Idea said that they want to liquidate, even the finance minister has given a press note, very clearly stated that we do not want any existing telecom company to face a trouble up to the liquidation. We will sort their problems. Why? When a company goes into liquidation, shareholders will lose their investments. They will not get their money back. Creditors for supply of raw materials and services will not get their money back. Debenture holders might not get their money back. Then banks and financial institutions will not get their money back. Only pro rata you will get, but you will have to sacrifice a lot of principal amount. And employees will come onto the roads, workers will come onto the roads, they have to search for new jobs. Like what happened in Jet Airways case. So liquidation is least sought out strategy. When you have financial difficulties, step 1, apply turnaround. Sir, will it work? Yes. In India, we have classic examples of turnaround. One of the best examples I know is Indian Railways. In 1990s, one parliamentary committee has submitted one report that Indian Railways is having a deficit budget, losses, they are eating away major allocations of the budget of the country. So Indian Railways either is to be sold out or Indian Railways is to be liquidated. Indian Railways is to be sold out or it is to be liquidated, because technically Indian Railways has become bankrupt. Technically, Indian Railways has become bankrupt. But that time, government did not want to throw Indian Railways. They have applied this turnaround strategy. Very surprisingly, that time Railway Minister was Lalu Prasad Yadav. So many people made fun of him, but I really do not know whether it is his team or his brain. During his leadership, under his leadership, during his tenure, Railways started doing phenomenally, good. They reduced number of trains, they increased the capacity of trains. Instead of having 10 trains with 8 capacity, have 8 trains with 10 capacity. So you increase the number, you increase the number of coaches, you increase the occupancy, you increase the number of berths. So they reduced trains, they increased the occupancy. This is one example. Then IRCTC, they incorporated IRCTC for this technological business process reengineering and all, and they started selling tickets online reservation they started, and then this cups made of mud. So some innovation, some things they introduced and all. And surprisingly, within 8 years, Railways has become one of the most profitable public sector undertakings for government of India. And today Railways proudly presenting on their tickets that out of 100% of the cost to run the train, we collect only 42% from the passengers. 58% is either it is government subsidy or it is out of the other revenues. That to that level Railways has reached. So today Railways is no more bank. Today you do not want to throw Railways from your portfolio. It is a very profitable business. One example. Second example is SpiceJet. SpiceJet was in crisis. They also applied this, reduced the number of routes, reduced the number of flights, reduced fixed costs, reduced overheads, and then increased the occupancy. They went innovatively selling some new products, selling some new privilege memberships and all. So they have done something to reduce the cost, and they survived. So turn it is successful, you will survive. If turnaround is again, you have the hope that you can grow. It is something like internal reconstruction. Before liquidation, we do internal reconstruction. No, that internal reconstruction is nothing but this, internal. Okay, then now let's see how do we go in internal. Here in the diagram, retrenchment, internal retrenchment, external. Internal turnaround. That means the cost increase. Major focus reducing the cost. External retrenchment of two types. One, disinvestment from some business or some division. Second one is liquidation. If nothing works, liquidation. Okay. So turnaround strategy. Here emphasis is on improving internal efficiency. What is this? Improving internal efficiency. So indicators which point out at turnaround strategy, point out for a turnaround strategy: negative cash flows, negative profits, declining marketing share, deterioration in physical facilities, like your buildings have become old, factories have become old, machines have become old, you do not have capital to purchase or replace. Overmanning, this is the problem with government sector. Every department you take, overmanning, under productivity. Then high turnover of employees, employee morale is not good, so they are not sticking up to your company, they are resigning and going into other companies. Uncompetitive products, your products are not competitive. And mismanagement, this could be one of the major reasons for turnaround strategy. Today S Bank, Jet Airways, Reliance Communications, there are countless number of examples. That could be mismanagement. Now turnaround strategy can be achieved by, how can you do turnaround strategy? Analysis of product, market, production process, competition and market segment positioning. Clear thinking. First you need to do analysis. So to solve the problem, first you need to understand where the problem is. Then clear thinking about what should I do. Target setting. How should I go? So analyze the current situation, have clarity on your future, then implement it. So how turnaround strategy implementation is possible? You can change the top level management. Sometimes top level management will be changed in the crisis especially. Initial credibility building actions, neutralizing outside pressures, internal coordination should be strengthened. Identifying quick payoff activities. That means, what if I do? So what activity will bring more cash inflows to me? That could be sale of asset also. This could be sale of asset. I have one asset, I'll sell it. I'll get money, I use it as working capital. Pavan sir, don't you think it is negative? It is negative. But what should I do? So if the business is like that, I should sell my asset and I should feed the working capital required. Asset liquidation. Then cost reductions. This is, my dear friends, turnaround strategy. Pavan sir, it did not work. It did not work. You applied turnaround strategy, it did not work. What is your step 2? Go to disinvestment strategy. What is disinvestment strategy? See, this is your present business portfolio. Okay, so you are liquidating these 2 businesses. So you decided these 2 businesses I don't want. I will sell these 2 businesses. That is your disinvestment strategy. Or this is your present business, you want to liquidate this part. You want to sell off this part, remaining you want to continue. This is also disinvestment strategy. So what is disinvestment? It involves sale of a portion of business. Sale or liquidation of a portion of business. You are not liquidating the company, you are exiting from a business. Or one major division like Chennai factory we want to sell. One major SBU, strategic business unit. Do you remember Pantaloons? Pantaloons was originally owned by Kishore Biyani. Future Group. Future Group means Big Bazaar, Central, all these are there, no? They are Future Group, Nilgiris, supermarket. So, all these are under Future Group. Pantaloons was originally under Future Group. They had severe working capital crisis. They sold this to a company called Madhura Garments for around 1,600 crores and utilized this 1,600 crores as working capital management in Big Bazaar. So they want working capital for Big Bazaar. So they sold one division, retail business of Big Bazaar, they sold it. And this Madhura Garments is Birla Group. So Birla Group purchased one division from Future Group. This is a classic example for disinvestment strategy. And I gave you one more example. So what is the example? Biggest and best companies in India, L&T, they sold insurance business to HDFC Life. HDFC has purchased insurance business, from L&T. Like this, there are so many examples. So what are you doing here basically? Portion of business or one division or one SBU or one profit center is sold. Disinvestment is a part of restructuring plan and is adopted when this is very important. It is adopted when turnaround has been attempted but proved to be unsuccessful. You applied turnaround strategy but you failed. You applied turnaround strategy but you failed. Then what to do? Disinvestment. Disinvestment failed. Then what will you do? Liquidation. Okay, liquidation is like suicide, okay. For headache, you should not commit suicide, no. For no reason you should commit suicide, but for the fun I am telling you, for headache, like turnaround. If turnaround doesn't work, you go to a doctor. Then he'll do operation. Let us see. So, reasons. Acquired business proves to be match and cannot be integrated with the company. This is one business I acquired from company, but this new business whatever I acquired is a match to my existing business. Just my systems, I am unable to integrate it properly with my business. Now there is a situation that this will create a problem for this. So better throw this out. Throw this out. Why? That will disturb your whole present system. So acquired business has become a mismatch. Acquired business has become a mismatch. It cannot be integrated with the existing company. Then disinvest from it. Then negative cash flows from a particular business is creating problem to the whole company. What is this? You have 5 businesses, A, B, C, D, E. A business is earning 10 crores, B is earning 20 crores, C is earning 10 crores, D is earning 20 crores. E is earning 80 crores loss. Because of one business, the whole profits of the organization are screwed up now. So here 60 crores profit is there, here 80 crores loss is there. What can be done? What can be done? Sell this. This is the only option. Don't do that business. That's what disinvestment means. Then inability to cope up with competition. One sector I am unable to cope up with competition, so better I quit. Inability to upgrade for latest technology. This also I told you, your old machinery cannot be replaced now. You do not have money to implement latest technology, which is a threat. Quit from the business. Availability of better alternative investment. So you thought I am doing this e-business, this business E, I invested 100 crores. I am earning losses, I am incurring losses, or say I am earning 8 crores profit. But if I invest this money in business F, I can get 20 crores profit. So stop this business, start this. If you are a smart businessman, you'll do this. You understand? Then, Pavan sir, we applied turnaround strategy, failed. We went to disinvestment strategy. We applied disinvestment strategy, failed. What to do? Liquidation. Liquidation is the most extreme, unattractive, and this is not recommended at all. This is not recommended at all. Why? I told you, because the firm is closing down the business and selling assets. Do you know what is the difference between disinvestment and liquidation? When you are doing disinvestment, at least you will get some goodwill. In liquidation, you are selling your assets piecemeal. So when you sell this bench, when you sell this machine separately, you will not get fair price. But when you sell it as a division, there is a possibility that you will get goodwill. So when you disinvest, you might get fair pricing. But when you sell assets in liquidation, people purchase them at throwaway prices and you cannot get fair value of the business. That is the problem. And employees lose their employment opportunities. So look at third point. It is considered as a last resort, last step, because it leads to serious consequences like loss of employment. So what are the problems? If I want to sell my assets separately, buyers are difficult to find and will not get adequate compensation, because in liquidation people know that it is a distress sale. 10 rupees asset, people will ask for 4 rupees. So in distress sale, you will not get adequate money for your business. This is liquidation strategy. As I told you, there are 4 strategies: stability, expansion, stability strategy, expansion strategy or growth strategy, retrenchment strategy, and then there is combination. I told you already, combination is not 4th strategy. Combination means a combination of 1 and 2 and 3. For example, if you have 100 businesses, for few businesses you may follow stability, for few businesses you may follow expansion, for few businesses you may follow retrenchment. This is usually possible in case of MNCs or in case of conglomerates. When you have 10 businesses, all businesses will not be in growth trend. No, some businesses you need to grow, some businesses you need to turn around, some businesses you need to continue, some you need to quit. This is called combination strategy. You understand? My dear friends, this is the end of corporate strategies. You remember we have been discussing about the strategic management. Last 15-20 days we have been discussing. In that I told you, strategies can be developed at all the levels. Those strategies which are developed at corporate level are called corporate strategies. In that we discussed intensification, stability, expansion. In expansion we discussed intensification, diversification, 3 types of intensification, 4 types of diversification, and then today 3 types of retrenchment. This makes our corporate strategy discussion complete. If you have any doubts, please drop a comment in YouTube. I'll come back to you. Thank you.